Hey everyone, welcome again to the 3 in 3 podcast. I've got the usuals here with me. I've got James, I've got Seth, Chelsea, United fans, and I am Marcus, and I represent the Arsenal faction of this podcast. Right, so boys, the international football weekend, what have you guys been up to?
Nothing really. I mean, it's just as boring as it always is. Just a standard.
Yeah, I've been pretty disappointed with the football, to be honest. There's not been that many big fixtures, has there?
Yeah. To be fair, actually, I've been noticeably more happy because United haven't played, so I don't know if that's an obvious thing or...
You guys haven't seen any of the matches? Like you've not seen any international matches yet?
I saw some highlights. I watched a bit of the England game.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not watching qualifiers. I can go on fucking highlights.
Yeah.
You guys see the Mbappe masterclass?
Yeah.
I mean, it was against Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
I could put 4 past Kazakhstan, but it was brilliant nonetheless. I will say though, Harry Maguire cupped his ears in a goal against Albania that almost drove me past insanity. Because I mean, that have to be explained anymore.
I saw John Terry on his he posted it. He said that I didn't mean to it was just a celebration, nothing more than that. And John Terry posted in his thing, he was like, "Leave the man alone. He's just celebrating fucking."
No. I think Harry Maguire was taking a piss with that one. But anyways,
of course he was.
United fans, He's United player. Sorry, that's what you expect of United, isn't it, James?
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we're looking at a pretty scarce trophy cabinet over the last 10 years.
Hey,
this is why it drives the teams.
Whoa. You got players playing against Albania and cupping of the year just to say,
yes, nobody wants to hear that, man.
No. This is actual fact. I don't even think. I think City and Chelsea have more trophies won in the last 10 years than United, and this is the worst period.
And this is what I mean by these Man United fans are getting comfortable with being in third place. I mean, this is like the Maguire all over again in here.
I was indeed cupping my ears while I said that.
This week we've got quick fire questions. We've got some things we want to talk about. Let's go a bit more. Spend a bit of our international break having a chat about what's going on around the world of football, really. So, first question, I'll just throw it down to the floor. What do you guys think, or what would you guys advise the top goalkeepers who are sat on the bench in the Premiership? We've got like Ben Leno and Dean Henderson. You guys, what would be your advice if you were their agent?
For me, I think it'd be different for both keepers. So for like Dean Henderson, I'd say he's probably got to go because David De Gea looks like he's getting back to his his previous form, and the run he was on before, that was like world level. So I mean, for Dean Henderson, especially at his he's like late 20s now, so he should be getting into it as a keeper. But Leno, though, I still think, I know Ramsdale's done really well at the beginning of the season, but it's very new, it's very fresh still. I still think he can break that mold and maybe get himself back in there. So maybe, I mean, depending on how he's feeling, how much he's attached to Arsenal and London and all that, if he wants to fight for his place, then I still see maybe a pathway of him getting back in there. But Dean Henderson, I don't see much of a future here at United, to be honest.
Don't you think in a big club, well, in quote, there should be like 2 top goalkeepers there? Because this is one of the conundrums that we face. You've got 2 really magnificent goalkeepers. Does one of them really have to go? Or should it be a situation whereby they keep substituting? One game he plays, the other game the other guy plays?
I do not understand what you're saying, but I'd like to just interject here and just say, why wasn't Kepa Arrizabalaga in this conversation, guys?
That is a good point, to be fair. He's the worst. He is the most expensive goalkeeper ever.
He is, and I mean, of course, he's played sporadically, but he has had success in the games he's played, and he's played some big matches for us. So
okay, so I don't have so I don't get Chelsea fans on my case. Okay, let's introduce Kepa to this discussion. Should Kepa stay or should Kepa leave, or what should actually be the course of action for his time in Chelsea?
Well, I think another thing you have to factor in as well is where are these players going to go. So I think, and within the Premier League, I think Newcastle might want to take on a higher level goalkeeper because their aims are bigger. But elsewhere, I don't know if there's a place for these keepers that's worth leaving? Maybe if they want to go abroad, maybe if Kepa
No,
wants
I
to go
think
back
if
to Spain.
Kepa, yeah, I think there was talk about Kepa potentially going back to Spain, and obviously the recent run of form he's been in, there might be some clubs in for him in January or maybe in the summer. So we'll see what happens. But I think he will get a move back to Spain. He's not going to sit on the bench and just be a bit part keeper.
Right, guys, what would you say your top signing in the EPL season is?
Viva Ronaldo! Viva Ronaldo! Has to be Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Has to be. And unironically, I mean, I'm always going to say Ronaldo anyways because I'm like in love with the guy. But I
Got that
mean,
on tape.
you look around and look at all these signings. Grealish. There's been glimpses. Lukaku, I think the same as well. He started really well, but then didn't score for like I think it was like 7 games or something, and then he got injured.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's
I think
actually that's
Ronaldo-
you know, I just thought about it now. You just mentioned Lukaku. That's really a good one though, because it started really well and it's just gone down the drain. Or is it
Yeah.
injury or what is
No,
it?
he did fall off before the injury though.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
It wasn't.
yeah.
It was. He did have a dip in form before the injury, and then obviously he got injured. So it's not helped him.
Yeah.
Chips.
Then you'd think maybe Varane, but Varane's been injured a lot as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Varane. That's another good shout. You know,
Yeah.
know the
But you
funny
know who
thing-
else?
you don't
I'd say
really
as well.
know- You don't really know. Like sometimes you forget. Like some of these players, they've actually just signed for their clubs. Unless
Yeah.
when people start mentioning them, you're like, oh my days, wow, this guy actually just signed for the club. You know.
I
Chims-
will say as well, though, I've been really impressed with Crystal Palace. Conor Gallagher.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
He's a
Oh,
baller.
Gallagher. Oh my
Gallagher's
days.
been a great signing.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if he's going back to Chelsea, but if I was a manager in the Premiership, that is one guy I would be looking to sign.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the word on the street is that before he left, Tuchel really liked him, so he wanted to go there for development.
But who would he?
He's
who would
really
he replace in
like
Chelsea?
in tune with that player. What did you say?
Who would he replace in Chelsea?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think obviously he plays middle of the park as well, so he'd be behind the strikers. I think Ziyech has got to go for me in Chelsea, so that's one man you can knock off. And Pulisic is very, very injury prone. So I think there is a place there for somebody to come in.
Do you think he can play that advanced though, like just off the strikers? I feel like he's a bit suited to like a bit of a box to box role, maybe what Mount does for Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still young and he's got potential to grow. So we'll see where it goes. And obviously he's going to be under a top coach. So
yeah.
In my opinion, I think if I'm answering this question, I think the top signing of the season has to be Ben White or Tomiyasu. Listen. I know this might be controversial, but I would say if you look at what's been happening in Arsenal so far, 5 clean sheets in 8 games, and then the defense looks a lot more solid than what it was last year. So I would say this
Ramsdale as well.
Yeah, and Ramsdale as well. So I have to say it has to be one of the guys.
I think in Arsenal, you've got a point. It's got to be Ramsdale for me. If we're just looking at Arsenal in particular.
Yeah. But then I just have to say
because we've seen defenses where you've got a solid defense and then the goalkeeper's just not doing it and he unsettles the whole defensive line. So I think the keeper is like the most important part of the puzzle. So that's why I say that.
So are we sitting on Ramsdale, Ronaldo?
Another one as well is Damari Gray.
Oh yeah,
proper
bar. How much they bought him for? How much did they get him for?
Like $1 million or something, something crazy like that. But I don't think he's been at the level of a Ronaldo or made the impact as big of an impact as maybe a Ben White or Ramsdale. But there is no way in hell I'm saying an Arsenal player over Cristiano dos Santos Aveiro Ronaldo.
Just honourable mentions.
Put my goat on the line.
Yeah, I've just got honourable mentions of Gurhi as well for Palace, and also Livramento has been unbelievable at Southampton.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wonder where you got that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know.
Wow, James is getting James is sounding like a football scout now, eh? Dani Alves to Barcelona.
Slave labor. I mean, €1 a week. That's surely not legal.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Listen, what I heard is a pay as you go is what it is, you know? Going back to the old days of, is a pay as you go, eh? You pay.
It's not a SIM card.
It's like a SIM card, you know? But yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think this could actually be like the, you know, sometimes you need like the old guys to come back into the club and then, you know,
I
help
do
the
agree
young
with
ones
that.
grow.
I do agree.
I think
with
it'll
that.
also help Xavi as well, just having another familiar face there that you trust.
And
when he's playing.
what's their right back called? Who's like meant to have a lot of potential, so he'll learn a lot from him. I can't remember his
Dest.
name.
Ah,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Junior
Yeah.
Dest.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's American though, so
Yeah. So we're just gonna conclude and say he's
jury's
just
still out.
we hope the jury's still out. Yeah, exactly. The jury's still
Yeah.
out, and then we see what happens. Boys, who is likely to finish top 4?
Okay, so I know all three of us are going to have, and everybody in the world is going to have 3 teams cemented in there. It's got to be City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. I think for me that's locked. Like
Agreed.
That's your opinion, James.
I mean, it is, but come on, is someone disagreeing with that?
I
agree.
I disagree with that.
Oh my God! What?
Listen, let me say this. Chelsea, City is there, but after the game I saw against Crystal Palace, I feel like there's still a bit to be worked on before I say they're going to be in the top 4. Listen, boys, I'm saying this now.
Crystal Palace.
Sorry, against Brighton. Thank you for.
Oh, Brighton. Oh, okay, yeah.
See, I'm saying this now, yeah, and then Arsenal goes and plays Liverpool in the next game, and then we get slapped. And then this comment comes to bite me back in the ass. But there's still something wrong in the defending. So until I see something, and I know you might say, "Oh well, they're playing in Europe and they're beating everyone in Europe," but I'll say this: most of the clubs in Europe, the way the Premiership is different from the way those clubs play in Europe. The Premiership is a much tougher place. And then things don't necessarily go the way you think they would go. So I strongly feel it's like a 60% in my view that they're gonna get there. Or I feel like they are not as cemented as the.
I feel like I'd agree with you more
Chelsea.
if their goalkeeper or their centre back, so Alisson or Van Dijk, if either of these got injured, then I'd probably be a lot more on the same page as you. But if these two stay fit, even if they've got a bit part second centre back, it doesn't matter. Like I think they definitely will cement top 4.
I'd agree with you more if you said something completely different.
Like what?
Because we literally saw last season, Van Dijk got injured the whole season. They had Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, literally 2 like child centre backs, and they still got into the top 4. So there's that, but also they have Salah, who literally never gets injured, and he's on the form of his life right now. So I do agree with you. The defense isn't right. There is definitely something sketchy about that because we saw Brighton at home as well and West Ham. But I mean, they've got so many goals in that team, and you're looking at the teams that might replace them. So you're looking at United, Arsenal, Leicester, West Ham, Brighton, Spurs, all that level. I mean, I can't believe I put United in there, but you have to at this point.
Listen, first of all, let's get this right. There's no room for Spurs in this battle. I don't care the fact that they've got Conte. Let's just get that out there. Yeah, it's Arsenal, United, Brighton, Leicester, and Everton. And
well, let's see.
Exactly.
Spurs are
9th in the league.
Behind
Liverpool. 9th in the league, 6 points behind top 4. I know they've got Conte in, but listen.
I honestly disagree. You have. I feel like for a second week in a row, Marcus, you've just put your Arsenal goggles on and you don't understand who Antonio Conte is. Everything that guy does, I mean, it turns to gold, and he's going to get a tune out of these players, and I think he will be challenging for top 4 till the end.
I've got to say,
the end.
Top 4, not like is he going to do well? We're talking about the top 4, not the top 6, not who's going to qualify.
That's what I'm talking about. I think he's definitely going to bring that team and bring them close to top 4. It's going to be close, I think.
They say something. There's this adage. They say no matter how much you polish shit, yeah, it's still ain't gonna be no gold. So it's just like he needs to do. He needs to do a lot more, in my opinion. Like that team still needs to.
Why the fuck am I defending Spurs? What are you doing? I have to be objective, though. Come on.
I've got to say, for me, I don't think it'll be close. I think it'll be in no particular order. Liverpool, City, Chelsea, United. I think United, I know they've been crap right now, and this might just be like more desperation than belief talking, but United, just look at that team. I refuse to believe, even Solskjaer, I could get top four with that team. There's no way United don't finish inside the top four. And
yeah, but I could draw the comparison that Bates in '89 with an absolute mega squad trying to hit elite or something. I don't know what it is this year. so
the difference is that I must say though is the Glazers, all their aims. So it's like the Glazers getting top four is like Liverpool winning the league or City winning the league or Chelsea winning the league. Like that's their aim, is getting top four. So I mean, now we're still not that far off top four. I mean, we should 100% should be in top four for the squad that we've got and the games that we've had, but we're still close to top four as it stands. And if it gets to a point where it's looking far-fetched, I'm 100% confident that is when they'll sack Ollie. Like that's when he'll cross the line, and then they'll bring in another manager, and whether it be flipping Brendan Rodgers or Sam Allardyce, right? There'll be that honeymoon period where the players play up for the manager, they'll work hard, and the quality of that squad will just transform that team into a new dimension.
Okay, I'm just going to summarize it now for me. So I've mentioned Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and I feel like the team that's going to really push it this season, and I do feel like they will end up in the top four, despite Ronaldo being at United, I feel like it's going to be West Ham.
I'm going to round it up. I'm going to say, I really hope the Liverpool players didn't hear what I have to say, and we don't get a slapping when we face you guys next week, okay?
You gotta protect your ass again for like the 15th time after you said that.
Yeah, I do.